What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Zeus. Should I just change his name to Theros? He plays on this nickname all the time. His name is Tigerboss. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Yoshii. We are starting this series off with a bang here. I'm a big fan of this matchup. It's really, really fun. We do see the Tigerboss desperately scouting out, trying to find where the hunt is. It looks like the hunt is down the bottom as he finds some rhinoceros. We'll see what sort of a reaction comes through here from Yoshii, because oftentimes I see Greek players kind of do this incorrectly. What you kind of have to do is you have to send the villagers down here, and then the villagers in your main base, once you send enough over here, they're actually going to move over onto wood, is probably the best way to make it work. Because then, obviously, you have less walking time, and you can going to be able to continue having village production. And we are seeing Yoshii do a sort of variant of this by leaving these two villagers here. Should give him enough food to ensure he has the villager production, and all good. Now, Theros, on the other hand, he's actually found himself some giraffe in his main base, which Yoshii also had, but unfortunately, he did miss those. But he's going to save those for later in the game, which is not going to be that bad of a time there either. As we'll see how it goes. The Tigerboss going to be scouting around, looking for all the good stuff. Balls getting found on this map. So much hunt here. This is kind of a bit of a worry for Yoshii. The more hunt, the more spread out on the map, kind of the harder these sorts of maps become when you play them against Loki. But then again, on this sort of a map, it's kind of Savannah-esque, except Savannah is more than likely a crazy amount of giraffe in one area, or kind of two kind of small hunt spots. So this is actually maybe somewhat favored, maybe not even favored, maybe very, very close here. It's going to come down to your ability to defend and your ability to be aggressive at the same time here as the Zeus player. And obviously Loki is going to have those speedy hers, so needing to survive the early game. Now he does get this kind of back gold mine. He's got a nice forest here that he can utilize to defend, but it is kind of out in the open. One thing that I would like to see from maps is a minimum of 2 towers kind of being in range of your home gold mine. Why? Because some civilizations are just not able to defend themselves against certain other civilizations in that early game. And it's not fair, and we shouldn't be having those sorts of situations be in this game. So if we could fix the maps to have that be the case, I think that would be really, really good for Age of Mythology. Not that it would stop the rushes. Obviously, you're still going to be putting the pressure on and still having that early game advantage. Just that you're not going to be able to push your opponent off their starting gold mine without having to really expend some resources trying to push in and punish your opponent for not defending themselves. Anyways, that's me and my rant on things that I would love to see changed. Retold is coming, so hopefully we could see some of that kind of stuff in Retold. I'm sure that it's going to be on the cards, though maybe there's also a bunch of other ways to fix those problems, like maybe making other civs that are weaker in the early game a little bit stronger in the early game. There's lots of stuff that can be changed balance patch-wise that we don't really have the ability to do on the Titans. So I'm excited to see what actually is going to happen where that's concerned. But full set is on the way. Yoshii having a bit of a difficult time here getting to the next stage because his temple is up so late due to the unfortunate early game that came for him in this one. But he's going to be fine here, and we'll see what sort of a build order or what sort of a Zeus he's going to play. 5 villages on gold, 5 villages on wood. Is he going for a town center here? There are 3 elephants on this position. It's probably doable. And he's going through Athena as well. This is going to be interesting. The other thing here is the Tigerboss is kind of known for his Uranus and his Atlantean play. He's not a bad random god player, but he's not really known for it. And I'm not sure how much experience he really has playing the random gods. Obviously, he's been training a bit, and he plays a lot of team games. So in those team games, you can feel a little bit more comfortable trying to get used to the gods. In fact, if you're like a Ra main, for example, or a Loki main, or a Zeus main, and you want to go learn a different god, I recommend jumping into some team games and just playing that god and just getting a feel for it. That way you're not just going to get abused every game by certain strategies. Obviously, once you jump into the 1v1s, you are going to start getting abused by certain strategies. You have to learn how to defend against them. But you at least get a feel for the economy, you get a feel for the army, you get a feel for what's strong, what's not strong, and you don't have to... you can kind of get that sorted a little bit easier than otherwise. But Yoshii, just about to hit that next stage. He's going to get himself his Jason out. And he hasn't sent any villagers over to the town center just yet. I'm not sure what his plan is here. Any military buildings? Yep, military academy, archery range. Just a weird economic layout here from Yoshii to kick this game off. He's got the Odysseus queued up. The Jason is in. He can bolt that Herser, and he does decide to do so. Just 2 military buildings to kick this one off as these villagers getting pushed off of this location here, looking to move into the center of the map. A little bit too feisty here, it seems, from Yoshii. A little bit too overzealous. He doesn't really have that many units, and more Herser are going to be moving in here as he does turn around with a couple of villagers here to start shanking, but it looks like he's going to be losing a villager here as the Herser. They do a lot of damage to these villagers. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. As we do see the troll getting taken down. 2 villagers picked off already at this point is a big, big hit to the early game of Yoshii. As he's going to pick off another village. Look at this. It's now 1 villager lead here for Tigerboss, for Theris in this game as the army of Yoshii pulling back. Hoplite, Toxotes popping out here, but Theris is going to be able to take these fights fairly easily. He will be losing us. Nope. Herser stays alive, can take that one back, heal it back up to full HP. It's really, really big value there in that position as we do see a Valkyrie spawn as well. As look at the resources in the bank here for Yoshii. He's trying to pump out units, but it's a difficult position to be in. That is for sure here for Yoshii. And we'll see what his plans are as he's over on this position, shooting the giraffes down. House is coming down. So few units out. He might need to just put down another couple of military buildings here to keep up with himself. At this point, he's actually pulled villagers off of gold as well here. As he's kind of trying to decide what he's going to do. So the Herser going to retreat back. We do have some relics on the map. We've got the Guy's Book of Knowledge. I just want this. This relic is so bad. And there is another relic up here, which does look like it's being picked up. The Girdle of Hippolyta. Decent relic there to help out those throwing axemen. 5% HP. Might not seem like a lot, but it is. It really is. 5% HP on throwing axemen helps out a ton throughout the game. It's a must-grab relic here for Loki and for Norse in general. Same too for Greek, actually. I mean, for anyone, it's a must-grab relic, but unfortunately for Yoshii, he does not find that one as the army is starting to get the pick up in terms of numbers here for Yoshii. 53 to 71, though, as Theris is still firmly in the lead here as he's going to push into the main base of Yoshii, looking for some villager kills. It's still 26 villagers apiece here. That does favor Theris because he's making dwarves most likely in this game. There's another military academy coming up, archery range coming up. The Herser kind of getting beaten up and whatnot, running through the main army there. Theris can retreat back up to this corner here and heal up without Valkyrie if he so chooses, or at least low HP units. I feel like I'm having stuff fall down on my back wall over there behind me. My panels! Oh well. Yoshii pulling back here for the time being. Well, not Yoshii. Theris. He needs to pull back, losing his Herser at this moment. Has he cut Herser? Is he still building? He's still building Herser. There's the armory coming up. Generally speaking, you don't really want to go mass Herser against Hoplite Toxotes because it ends up being the case that the Hoplites just kind of beat the Herser out too badly, and you can get pushed off of hunt and get pushed into your base and have a really, really bad time. And Yoshii, he is very aware that there is hunters over here. He is going... Nope, never mind. He doesn't know. Does he not know? He's got no idea. Either that or he's sneaking around the back. He is sneaking. Sneaky boy Yoshii. He wants to pick off every one of these villagers here, ladies and gentlemen. As he does come in, the villagers making a run for it. as the army of Theros is very much out of position. 2 villagers down. Oxcart going to go down as well here, as these units are going to be retreating away. We do see the raid into the main base here. No watchtowers. Villagers retreating away. Going to hit these villagers here, but they're going to get into the... No, 1 villager going to go down on that position. Another couple of villagers going to be falling here. The Valkyrie over there going to get sniped down on that position there as well, as the Hersa can hit the gold villagers over here. The Iron here tanking the damage from the town center, hitting villagers, taking out the pigs as well as this game continues along. Hersa hitting the gold villagers. 1 very low HP villager over here going to get sniped down maybe. No, does manage to keep that one alive, jumping into the town center, and the Hersa need to retreat away. The damage has been done. Theros comes out a little bit behind here. Yoshii taking some hits over here as well. 3 villagers, very low HP, could get picked off as well, as Theros continuing to raid this position and does manage to pick them all off here. Bragi now up through for Theros, as he is in complete control, it seems, in this game, as Yoshii pushing in. He's got 95 population. The villagers down onto this gold mine over here, as Yoshii is making his way over there. I don't know why Theros didn't go to this gold mine. The question is, will Yoshii be able to spot it or not? That's the big question. Is the army coming back over here? And Theros needs to get some units out. He's getting himself the copper shields. Yoshii's army out in the middle of the map here. Obviously, Theros doesn't want to take that fight while he's going to the heroic age here. Coming back into his main base, going to be dropping a longhouse. This Hersa does get caught out of position. Good find there for Yoshii. Dwarves meaninglessly pulling away from that gold mine as Yoshii pulls back up to the top position here. This wall is obviously here as a bit of a distraction, it seems, to hit that location there. And now more Hersa can start coming through. Lots and lots of herdables in the main base here for Theros. He can make battle balls straight away here as well. It seems like that's what he wants to do. And the thing is here, there is about a couple of minutes left of gold mines here for Yoshii. And Yoshii wants to go heroic age. Why? So he can get access to the Hypaspis to deal with these Hersa. And does he have the resources for it in the main base? I think he does with these pigs. I think he does. So he should be able to get that. Does he have husbandry? Yes, he does. It's 33 villages for Yoshii, 32 for Theros here, for Tigerboss. As the battle walls are pumping out. And really, this is something that I think Loki players get wrong a lot of the time. You don't need to win the game with flaming weapons. You just need to get value from it. So what you want to do is you want to find your enemy army out in the middle of nowhere and literally just take the fight. Take the fight in the middle of nowhere, click flaming weapons, and win. Or at least kill off all these units. But at the moment here, it looks like Theros doesn't have all of his Hersa in or something. He doesn't want to take it. It is pretty similar in terms of population numbers. They're good marker there from Theros. Is the army going to be coming through? And you have to click flaming weapons here. As he does click flaming weapons, there is going to be a restoration as well. And the question is, can he even win this fight? As an Einiyar going to come in and help out. That's going to do a ton of splash damage. But during the restoration, it doesn't matter all too much. As can this pure Hersa army get enough myth unit spawns to find a win? More Hersa are going to be joining in. Yoshii cannot retreat away from here in the slightest at this point. The battle ball is cleaning everything up. The Hersa still remaining. 5 Hersa remaining over here. Another battle ball coming in. 1 Jason remaining in this fight. The Hersa still cleaning up these hoplites and everything else so absurdly quickly here. As now the Jason going to be getting cleaned up there as more Hersa making their way in onto this fight. And now advantage for Theros here. Advantage Theros. He needs to get some sort of a gold staff going because Yoshii is going to be running out of gold here very, very shortly. But he needs to be careful. He needs to make raiding cavalry. He can't keep spamming Hersa because Hypaspis are going to be too much for him. And this is Yoshii's plan. Yoshii is hoping for this to happen. He's got nothing coming out of his buildings. He knows he's saving those resources for Hypaspis here because he knows that this is just going to be hoplites. Not hoplites. This is just going to be Hersa popping out as the village is coming up to the top side of the map. Yoshii thinks better of it there as granary is queued up. Villagers down to the bottom onto this gold mine here as the battle ball send them in over onto that position. It looks like Theros is checking this one out, wants to see what's happening here, sees the town center isn't coming through. The villagers coming up, the hoplites coming through, the battle ball swinging around. There is a world where if he just right clicks on the town center, he might be able to take it out. And this looks like it is what Theros is going to be going for here with the Hersa up on this position, distracting the army away. The villagers onto this this hunt over here. This is not going to be a bad idea in the slightest. 20 hack, 20 crush. You're going to be able to take this town center down incredibly quickly here, ladies and gentlemen. But all the Ursa on this top position do end up getting taken down. The elephant going to go down. We do see some heroes queued up over here as the villagers coming in to defend this one. Underworld passage onto this position. As the hill fort is coming up, the villagers need to retreat back. You're not going to be able to finish that hill fort. This is a really, really big play here from Yoshii. But there's plenty of other gold mines on the map. He doesn't need to stay here. There's all this hunt in the middle here. The zebra in the middle that he can grab. Town center goes down. Odysseus did end up coming out as a mountain giant going to come through here to try and get some damage done. I mean, the battle balls do actually beat this this Odysseus after all is said and done, so it's well worth that trade. As the Herso, they need to hit this gold mine. They need to hit this food up this top position here. He doesn't need to care about this position because he's got gold mines all over the map, but an ox cart does end up getting taken out there as the Manticore going to go down. The temple goes down. Theros is 2 villagers in front. He's still pumping out villagers. Dwarves coming out there. He can move up onto this position to get this gold mine. We do see a hoplite there to cause some problems as the military buildings of Yoshii are going to be under threat here after all of this. After all is said and done here, where are the heroes? There's one Jason moving over here. If that Jason goes down, these myth units are going to be so hyper value. As the dwarves coming over here, obviously Yoshii going to be focusing down the ox cart here. He's so good at these raids. He's continuously sending those units around the map, causing problems. As now Tigerboss says, all right, got to take out this underworld passage and prevent the swift movement of the army around the map here as the dwarves are going to get pushed off of this position. The other option here for Theros would be to just jump onto a wood line, drop a market. I think he had a market, but he lost it. And make that work there as the army over on this position here. We do see a town center coming up. The mountain giant can deny that one. We see an attempt at a ghost building there, not fast enough as the mountain giant comes in. Big bash, going to be denying that town center for the time being here as the battle boar and the mountain giant taking this fight. Just kill off the Jason. It's low HP as the underworld does go down. Over here, the Hersa does manage to take down that mountain giant over there. Dwarves going to be making their way over to this position yet again, I assume, to get that gold income as well. As the battle boar coming back, and both players in a very, very weird position. Town center here denied for the time being. I mean, if Tigerboss can just get onto the economy of Yoshii, stop the town center, take some fights, he will win this game in this moment here. He just needs to get across the map, stop caring so much about his own economy as the village is moving forward. Jump onto gold completely. Just make battle balls because your opponent can't make a single myth unit here. As the Herso swinging around here, can they get onto this town center in time? There's not that many units over here. Battle Boar, Mountain Giant coming in to potentially try and take down these units, stop that town center from coming up. He sees the gold villagers. At least he's going to get a little bit of damage done up here as he's going to pick those villagers up. But the town center looks like it does finish up over there. Town center in the main base is going to be finishing up over here. The Pegasus is spotting this as the army is moving in to hit this raid here. There's no walls up in this position. The Mountain Giant, will it get there in time? Yes, it will, with the Battle Boar getting a little bit of damage. Denies that middle town center from going up as the army over here trying to get some longhouses down. Going to take this fight. Will be able to win this fight. Definitely does not need to retreat at this point, but he is going to be pulling away for the time being as his villagers are now going to get targeted down over here. A really big raid on this position. 24 gatherers. 21 dwarves, all retreating. You can turn around and shank this down, in all honesty. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but Theros at this moment, he is nowhere to be seen with his army as he's not got his walls up. He's not defended his army nicely here, and it looks like he has to pull away. It's now the gold income going to be getting taken out. Yoshii with decent amount of economy there as well, still happily mining this gold mine with no defenses on it in the slightest. Can finish off these elephants as well if he so chooses. As the dwarves getting pushed back, we do see a battle ball going to come in and kind of slow down the damage that those Toxotes are doing here. As the dwarves pull away, the ox cart still getting targeted down. The villagers now in the middle of the map on these zebra before they probably will return back onto that elephant a little bit later here. And that's going to be the remainder of the hunt, as it looks like Yoshii may have gotten away with it here in this game. He is alive, and he is in a good position now. He's got his town center. He's got a second town center coming up. He's got a market. He can buy food if he needs to. He can make all the Hippaspis out in the world. And Tigerboss is still refusing to make anything but Herso in this game. Battle balls are still going to be a difficult thing here for Yoshii to deal with, as all the units do fall. And yet again, we see the hill fort coming up. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put the hill fort up over here, in all honesty. Obviously, this does defend this elephant as well, but he's going to need to work out a different place to defend here as Yoshii sends all of his army forward. Don't think he's quite ready to take this fight, especially with the hill fort being up. He's going to have to think about defending here for a little bit longer in this game as the Hypaspist wandering forward here. And the hill fort does end up finishing up, which will be a nice defense now on this position. And Yoshii can, and Theres can take a bit of a sigh of relief that he's going to be in a decent position now. Making some Jarls to deal with those Hypaspist. Not a bad idea. They're out tanky units and they're very, very useful against the Hypaspist and the Toxotes. So the Hersa circling around here. I don't know what he's looking for with that. Maybe just an opening or something, seeing what's in that corner of the map. The wall's getting taken down. There's taking his time. It looks like he wants to go to the Mythic Age here. He's almost got the resources. He needs a little bit of food. There is a line over there. He can cut all of his production here if he wants. Looks like he has basically done that. That's the army coming through here for Yoshii. He's going to continue to attack. You got a garrison the ox cart. No, never mind. This is a really bad fight here for Yoshii. He's going to be losing quite a few units. The Jarl's coming through to defend this as well. More army coming through for Yoshii as he's continuing to try and take these fights. Obviously, if he continues to fight, and even if they're not great fights, this gold mine's going to expire. And then Yoshii's going to have a second gold mine out here that he can pressure. So I guess that's the plan here for Yoshii, but it's not working out all too well. Still no farms up at the moment here for... Okay, now there's some farms coming up. With a 7 HP ox cart, this is a nightmare. Obviously, he's got it walled up decently over here. He can defend it. I imagine this is going to get raided at some point, and Theres is going to be in a very, very upsetting position. Players just don't know about this as well. In every single one of the Age of Empires games, I think, maybe with the exception of Age of Empires 1, if you right-click on a completed farm, the villagers will automatically spread themselves out to all the farms in the vicinity of that farm. And you have each of them on one farm, finishing it off really, really quickly. But still, maybe put a market up and then you can buy the food as well. Not a bad idea. That's what he's going to go for. Wall's coming up over here as well. It's the army coming back in for Yoshii. He is just like, let me keep fighting. Fight, 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 fight. And it is working out to some degree here because now this position is completely out in the open. And the dwarves here are going to get taken down, immediately targeting down that ox cart yet again. As the army retreats back here. He can run through the wall. Where's he going? I do not know. Tigerboss is just a little bit lost at this moment with what to do with his villagers. He is in complete disarray. Actually, lots of idle dwarves forced at this moment as well. As Yoshii, I mean, 2 town centers. He's finished up his elephant. He needs to put some farms down. He's in the middle of the map eating the zebra up there. Now Yoshii can actually grab a 3rd town center. He's just pushing himself further and further in front now. Got a gold starve started. Has the Pegasus on this gold mine over here. Obviously the dwarves moving up onto this position. And now Tigerboss Theres is stuck in the heroic age. Not going to be able to get himself that fire giant that he needs. That Nidhogg that's so strong at raiding the Greek ranged heroes. The only real defense against that, or fortresses as well. The dwarves now onto this position, and obviously Yoshii, he can decide either to push through here and take out the hill fort with the army out of position, or he can push up onto this position here and get that gold staff started even longer. The copper mail, Sarissa coming through as well. Pretty rare upgrade there, but it is very, very nice. It gives you your infantry units, maybe hoplites only, a little bit of extra hack armor. But only the cost of wood as the hill fort goes down, and Tigerboss is about to be punished for these farms in the middle of nowhere. These villages in the middle of nowhere. Where's the army of Tigerboss coming in with his Jarls, coming with his trolls? And he needs to retreat away from this position. There's no defenses here at this moment. As the battle balls coming in, start causing some problems. And can Yoshii win this fight? Oh, he can just target down these ox carts. That's so brutal. Not only are the villagers falling here, not only does Yoshii have 3 town centers, but now all of these villagers need to walk all the way back to the town center to deal with this. Even if Tigerboss can win this fight, which I'm not sure he even can, because the hoplites are doing so much work. These are Ulf Jarls, medium Jarls here. Not going to be cutting it against these heavy hoplites that are here. The Odysseus can snipe down these trolls fairly easily as well. Not really microing from Yoshii at this point though, as it does look like the army of Yoshii is slowly dwindling on this position, but he's up by 30 villagers, so he just replaced this so absurdly quickly. Boars down the bottom, still on hunt for Yoshii. He's only got, 3 farms up at this moment, plus I think he's got irrigation already in, so as soon as he goes for farms, he's just going to explode here in this game. As a Heracles is in here as well to clean up these myth units, but it looks like just not quite enough as the army of Tigerboss manages to clean these units up, but at what cost? At what cost, ladies and gentlemen? 24 villagers for Tigerboss. Is he training villagers? Yes, he's starting dwarves. But, oh man. 4th town center now for Yoshii. Fortified town centers. He's only got 4 military buildings, it seems, at this point. So he needs a couple more of those to spam out his units. But Tigerboss is in a really, really bad position here. I'm not sure what else he can do, in all honesty. Like, he needs to pick off 50 villagers somehow. And there's 4 town centers. So then he also has to pick off a villager or 4 villagers every 15 seconds to stop the villager count from going up. You have to pick off so much to find yourself an advantage here. As Tigerboss now moving out of his base, he's got a pretty large army, considering 98 population, 26 villages. That's a huge army. And Yoshii here is now going to start putting pressure onto this gold mine over here, but still only 4 military buildings. What are you doing? 70 villages, 4 military buildings. You got your priorities wrong. It's the battle ball coming up. You're going to try and take out this town center, but the Heracles is in. The army targeting down this wall, going to break through that. The army of Yoshii moving up to this position, going to attempt to defend here. Do we see some more military buildings? Nope, just farms. Masons coming through and an attempt to hold this location here. As the Heracles is going to be popping in and out. Sniping down those heroes. Sniping down those myth units. But also, Theris is doing a good job of targeting that hero down. But the Hephaestus are over here as well. And here's the problem. The fact that Tigerboss has had such a high population army and such low population villages. Yeah, he might win the fight, but he's not going to be able to continue to reinforce this. And the longer the fight drags on, the harder Yoshii is going to be finding the advantage in this game. And in that moment there, Tigerboss does tap out. There was such an opportunity here. Theris took the town center down. He had all the advantage, but Yoshii did such a good job of just distracting with that underworld, where basically Tigerboss didn't need to defend himself at all there. He just needed to hunt villagers. If he hunted the villagers up here, killed this off, hunted the villagers down here, killed that off, yeah, he would have been hurt a little bit, but he could have just pulled back into his base, would have been completely fine. He's got the watchtowers, he's got the wood line, he can build farms, he doesn't need gold because he's full population, just needs to build villages. Would have been completely fine here to continue and just win the game with a straight up fight afterwards, after cleaning up a whole bunch of Yoshii's villages. But instead, he tried to defend himself, and it just kept on being... Yoshii's just kind of positioning and army movement was just at another level here in this game, and Tigerboss just could not quite work it out here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.